What is going on, buddy? ZachRC here. Welcome back to the channel and welcome along to episode number 6 of the F122 Road to GOAT Career Mode series for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix here at the beautiful Baku City Circuit. The weather a bit nicer this time compared to the last episode in Monaco. If you guys want to check that one out, there'll be a card in the top right hand corner of your screen now. So make sure to check that one out before you go and see this one on the grid, getting ready for the start of the race itself. It should be a very exciting one. Baku always serves up chaos in real life Formula 1. Hopefully today will be no different. In terms of Drivers' Championship, Lewis Hamilton now leading the way after his win in Monaco. 2 points clear of Charles Leclerc, who was trying to claim the championship lead back, and Verstappen 11 points back behind them in third. And here we are starting in P17 in our Williams car, hoping to get some points on the board, perhaps this time after our disaster in the last race. So in terms of strategy for the race, as we line up on the grid for the start, we're going to go for a simple one stop today. Lower the fuel, as always, go about 26.5 laps or so in terms of getting us to the end. And we have a simple one stop here from mediums on lap 11 to hards to the end of the race, so it should be helpful getting us to the end. So here we go now, 5 red lights for the start of episode 6, the F122 Road to GOAT Career Mode. And it's lights out, foot to the floor, go, go, go. It's a bit of a poor getaway with the clutch there. Albon jumps in front of us off the start, so we're down to P18. We're going to try and dive as much as we can to the inside at turn 1. Vettel and Tsunoda, we now pull alongside those two. They scrap going into the first corner. Off the exit, Tsunoda jumps in front, and Vettel's still right there on our outside. We're going to dive to the inside of Tsunoda and maybe try and get Magnussen as well, but he just about shuts the door on us there. Tsunoda's going to have a good run off of turn number 2, so he gets the traction around the outside, despite us shutting the door on him just a little bit. He managed to get around us to P15, but that's 1 place gained of our starting position off the line here in Azerbaijan. We're going to dive to the inside of Snow, try and get a move done on Magnussen as well, as he locks up just a little bit there, and that's enough for us to slide through and jump into P14, so not too bad a start at all. Gasly, our next target there in front of us. I think we're going to have to wait for a moment just to get him. He may try and look to challenge Ocon in front. We're going to try and go around the outside if we can. No space to try and make anything work, so we have to stick behind him for the time being. We've managed to get past Ocon. He's going to try and get Schumacher as well, going into the castle section, and that's a very tight place to go for a move. On the exit of that castle section, we jump to the inside of Ocon and make a very sneaky move there to take P13. So that's another place gain. So 4 here off the start in Azerbaijan. Schumacher and Gasly a little bit up the road from us as we push on towards the end of the lap here, down one of the last straight on the circuit through these last chicanes, and now onto the straight itself. They're one of the longest ones on the calendar here, so be very careful because our Williams is quite slow in straight line speed compared to everyone else. And speaking of that, Ocon proving it on the way down towards the start finish line to complete the first lap. He's closing in on us. The Frenchman might try and make a move to the inside for turn 1, but he's not going to get close enough. Going to hold him off just for the moment here. So decent opening lap, up to P13 from P17. And we lost the place off the start, but we actually managed to get it back at the first corner, so all good there. Pushing towards the end of lap number 2 now. We're going a bit wide, go for that last left hander, and Ocon now right there behind us, looking to the inside for the next corner. He's right alongside us. We go wheel to wheel on the X. We're going way wide there. We've got to rejoin in front of the Frenchman. We've managed to keep clear of him. There goes Magnussen trying to make something happen on the inside as they make their way into the last chicane. And going side by side here, I think Ocon's going to hold on to it for the time being, but Magnussen's going to stick with him. So stay within range of DRS. As we push on lap number 4 now, Magnussen did indeed jump Ocon, and now he's going to try and challenge us as well. We're going to bit of a poor exit there, going well over to the left-hand side of the track and opening up the door for the Dane to try and make a move on us. He gets us around the outside, going into the chicane, so let's try and get him back here. DRS has been deployed, so let's try and use that to the best of our advantage. Hopefully add to the straight line speed that our car is lacking over the course of this Grand Prix so far. So Magnussen has no DRS, ours has just been deployed. Look at us practically pushing him down the main straight here as we charge towards turn 1, crossing the line. We're going to duck to the inside, try and get the position back as he goes to turn 1 to go late on the stoppers. And there we go, into the first corner, jumping back up into P number 13, and Ocon still right there behind him looking to challenge. Magnussen looking back to our inside. We're going to try and squeeze him out here for the time being. Didn't get close enough to really make anything happen. We're going to hold station for the time being and then pushing on to lap number 6. Ocon looking to set his next challenge on taking the separation. He's way wide there out of the last corner. That's going to really help his case. We're closing in. We're going to try and weave back and forth to break the focus, but no effect on him. He pulls to the outside and might get us to the first corner. We're going to try and go late on the brake once again as we cross the line. It's from quite a way back, as we go to stick to the inside at turn 1. We're going to hold the track, but we've got way left in the exit, and that's going to allow Ocon back around the outside of us and could allow Magnussen back into the picture. We're going to speak to the inside of Ocon once again on the brakes and move back into P13. We've done a brilliant job of defending the position so far. For those who have DRS on the south, this might be without DRS. If we get past Ocon, we might try and get past us as well, head towards the braking zone in turn 3 once again. We look to the inside, we're going to try and hold a bit of tyre up in there, make contact, but Magnussen goes back in line behind us and we're still holding on. Somehow to P13. It's come towards the end of the lap now. Magnussen will go, but once again, Ocon's dropped back. Okay, you can go like P15, and Ocon is second. Magnussen on the charge here. Now it's his turn to go, try and get around us at turn 1. So shut the inside door for him. He might try and look 1. He's not going to go for it, but stay in line. We've got a bit too deep into turn 1. And Magnussen takes the opportunity, goes on the inside, and will now put himself just behind his teammate in this one. He'll duck inside him once again. Now there's contact, and that was way too aggressive move. Doubt came out of the corner for that one. And now Snow is in time to try and get outside and make something happen here. Magnussen's looking back. Bit of wheel run once again as he heads towards turn number 3. Really getting the elbows out here today. The inside of Snow at the line for the first corner.
Tyre condition still looking
As we head further into that now, Leclerc is down there in top place, so no idea what exactly what's happened to him, but there are yellow flags surrounding that Ferrari, and this could be our first retirement of this Azerbaijan Grand Prix, and it's Charles Leclerc who could have taken the championship lead back today, now at the side of the racetrack, out of the Grand Prix. We don't have much time to think about it. I'm into P12 now, and Tsunoda looking to challenge us once again. Look how close he is this time. I don't see how we're going to get out of this one in terms of keeping our P12 that we've only just gained. We might be dropping down into P13 in a matter of seconds. Tsunoda right there behind us, already making a move to the outside. By the time we actually get towards the DRS straight, he's going to make his way through, and the rear wing now opening on his AlphaTauri. We've got no ERS to try and counter him, so there's nothing we can do to stop Tsunoda from getting away here as we charge to turn 1. It's not even worth us braking late to try and get the spot back. It's not worth the risk of potentially damaging the car, so it's P13 for us now, but no idea what's happened to Leclerc. It looks like it may have been an internal failure. We've seen quite a few of those so far this season. A huge puff of smoke there coming from the back of the Ferraris. You look at the replay here. So yeah, an opportunity for him to try and close some points on Lewis Hamilton, who just took the lead in the Drivers' Championship in the last episode, but only by 2 points. But this is going to open up a huge gap for the Brit here as the Monegasque out of the Grand Prix. Another puff of smoke coming from the back of that machine. So it's going to bring us down to 19 cars and briefly put us in P12, but in the end, we're back down to P13. And come to the end of lap number 10 here, once again, we find ourselves holding off Magnussen. It's deja vu for at least the second or third time in this Grand Prix. And Magnussen right there with us. So we're going to have to go wide, give him a bit of room to make his way through, and that's all he needs. We've got a bit of ERS, and nothing we can do to counter it. He was ahead in the detection zone. Sorry, we were ahead in the detection zone. And here comes Stroll, but can make his way through as well. Might try and get a dive on Stroll as the pit window open for us on lap 11. Stroll has no response to our move to the inside, very late, but Magnussen doesn't need to respond. He's already pulling away into the distance, and that might just be P13 gone for now in this Grand Prix. We're down to P14 for the time being. So as we push on now towards the end of the lap, and we're looking to make our first pit stop of this Grand Prix. Stroll's still right there with us. I think he's going to be pitting with us, but looks like he's staying right behind us. And Magnussen also coming in as well. That's once again get on the pit limiter here. There's quite not nice to pit entries here in Azerbaijan. We've made it work though. We haven't got a penalty. Russell leads the way as of right now as we make our way in for our first and what should be only pit stop of the Grand Prix onto those hard tyres. I have to hope our pit stop is fast enough to get us out in front of the Canadian and the Aston Martin crew. Stroll gets out in front. He's stopped, which is that little bit faster. 2.7 seconds for us at Williams, and that's been a crucial role in us losing a place here. So Stroll now getting past us, and we're down to the last of the running cars. We should gain a place or two back once everyone's cycled back through. But we've lost the place to Stroll. We came into the pits in front of him. We're going to leave just behind him. The pit stops all cycle out, then we find ourselves in P17 with only Alex Albon and Guan Yu Zhou behind us. The slow pit stops for Williams definitely not helping our case, and we only find one Alfa Romeo behind us. We've yet to go wheel to wheel with Albon, but that might be about to change here as we go side by side going towards the final chicane. Albon briefly in front. We're going to sweep back in around the outside and get the job done back past him on the exit. But he'll have the DRS for this main straight, and so we should have perhaps kept behind him. And Zhou's going to try and get us as well on the run to turn number 1. We're really moving across Albon's car though. We've managed to just about sneak through and get clear of us despite us pushing him close to the wall. And now Zhou's going to try something as well on the outside. He got in front of us. Going to try and sweep back in though and try and reclaim a spot off of the Chinese driver. There we go though, back up into P18 for the time being. We'll try and get Albon as well, but he's just that little bit too much in front of us for us to really have any chance of getting back around him here. So it's just Zhou behind us at this stage. We were at this sort of position last time out in Monaco, P18, and on course to thinking about retiring the car in order to just save the engine for the remainder of the season, which could be crucial later on. It could help us avoid some grid penalties further down the line. Albon though, just about in front of us, and not much we can do in that respect. As we come on to lap number 15, Zhou looking to challenge us now. Albon 2.4 up the road. He looks to the inside and cuts the corner. A decent amount there. Let's try and get back on our line, get clear of him if we can, going towards the castle section. There's contact. We've been turned. Wow, we're out.
Of an impact. Let me know you're okay.
We've crashed with Zhou. I don't believe it. Well, our first crash of our Formula 1 career. Contact with Guan Yu Zhou. We squeezed him just a little bit too much there, and it hasn't quite paid off. We are trying to get back on the line to go into the castle corner. Zhou's got away with it there. I hope he gets a penalty of some kind, because I mean, I suppose it was a racing incident in some manners, but unfortunate though. And that's the end of our race, retiring from our first ever Azerbaijan Grand Prix, and to go down as a DNF.
And so ends another Azerbaijan Grand Prix. A fascinating race and a well-deserved victory. Anthony Davidson, what helped them deliver this result, do you think?
I think that smart tyre management on track and very smooth driving definitely assisted in their victory today. That combination meant they got the absolute maximum out of their tyres at all times.
Here come today's winners. The team at Red Bull have done a phenomenal job recently, and it's clear to see that they've put in the work, and they should be so proud of the victory they've secured here.
There we have it then. Sergio Perez is the winner, bringing home a double Red Bull podium and defending his 2021 Azerbaijan Grand Prix victory with the win here in 2022. Hamilton comes home second to try to increase that lead in the Drivers' Championship after Leclerc's retirement. But in terms of our race, a DNF, our third one in 6 races. Very, very unfortunate. It's not the kind of impression, first impression we wanted to have in Formula 1. So let's try and get things going again as soon as we can. Perez wins the race then, Hamilton second, Verstappen in third, George Russell fourth, Sainz home in fifth, Alonso ran as high as fourth earlier, he comes home in sixth in the end, Norris in seventh, Ricciardo eighth, Gasly ninth, and Bottas takes home the final points paying place, and we come home as the second of the 2 retirements. Leclerc also failing to finish the race alongside us. Unfortunate, and I don't quite have the words to sum up the collision with Zhou there. I suppose responsibility could be put both ways, but I felt like we should take the majority of the blame there, considering we sort of cut him off and he had no choice but to run to us. Hamilton increased his lead in the Drivers' Championship to 11 points over Perez, and Leclerc now down to 5th, so that retirement's really put him back here. He's behind his teammate Sainz, so the order top 5 goes Hamilton, Perez, Verstappen, Sainz and Leclerc. No points for us and no points for Williams just yet, as Red Bull take the lead of the constructors over Mercedes by just 4 points, with Ferrari now slipping down to 3rd. So with that then, you guys, that is the end of the video. An unfortunate way to finish it off with that retirement. Not how I wanted to finish it, but we'll bounce back in the next race, I can promise you that. Make sure to like, share and subscribe for more F122 content as the game cycle continues on. Thank you guys once again so much for watching, and I shall see you in the next video. Goodbye.